Welcome back in our program Islam in the Contemporary World, and today's topic of discussion is about Sufism. Dr. Chishti, you were saying about Bai'at. What is Bai'at?
Well, Bai'at is to give your hand in the hand of a saint, a teacher, and you take him as your mentor. And the meaning of Bai'at is to sell yourself spiritually.
For whom?
For Allah only.
Okay.
To understand the real essence of Islam.
Exactly.
Now it is the duty of your murshid or your teacher to guide you to live respectfully and let live others respectfully through knowledge, through wisdom, through norms of the society. You know, if you look at any Sufi, a problem is this: if I am Chishti, my son is not in the chain of Chishti, he also starts writing Chishti with it. There it becomes the
chaos
problem. And that is
why is it like this?
Well, as a human being, we want power. We want that everybody should listen to us. They should follow us. When they see a genuine Sufi, people are following him, and whatever he says, nobody can say no to him. They get, attracted. They want that they should also, some people also follow them.
Yeah, Mr. Naveed Aagboatwala, what is your experience about Sufism? And I'm talking about purification of heart, mujahida, muraqibah, and love with Allah and His Rasul Sallallahu and Awliya Ikram, and how they practiced in the community and how they served practically to human being, needy people.
One thing I can say is that in Sufism, those desires of the self become exposed to you. When you are serving your sheikh or working toward Islam or dealing with people, you learn to recognize some things inside your nafs that is commanding you to do this, or not to follow Sharia, or not to be nice to such and such a person, or to feel pride within yourself. And you learn how to recognize this and how to resist this.
So how your spiritual guide or your spiritual teacher helps you for that?
The spiritual guide...
Is there any practical way for this? Or you go for practices, or just he teaches you theoretically and you say, yeah, it is like this?
It is definitely practical. Before Sufism, I had read many books on Sufism.
Good.
But nothing is like going in the ocean of Sufism.
My goodness. This is your practical experience.
That's correct. So the guide, the murshid, gives either spiritual practices such as either Quranic ayat or other practices according to Quran and Sunnah to purify your soul. And the guide also gives you practical matters to deal with. And those practical matters have an inward meaning or inward correction that the guide understands. The student may not understand at the time of doing the assignment.
You think like you are a computer engineer, and I must use a term. There is auto-correction system through Tasawwuf, Sufism, and this is a great help to improve your character, to improve your inner satisfaction, and to improve your feelings to serve people. So Sufis, they are a bit different from general people.
That's a good analogy, auto-correction system. And sometimes the guide may be correcting the student, and the student is not aware, or the guide is aware of something, and he may mention it to the student in a nice or gentle way. And the student will then recognize, oh, he's talking about this incident to me in front of other people, but only I and him know the communication going on.
So sometimes it happens that what happened in privacy, your guide knows about that, or he just refers slightly that it seems like this. So it is between seeker and guide. Both of them, they are with interaction, but it is sort of raz or secret or sir. So Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani, naturally, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he is a great Sufi or great name in the world of Sufism. How do you take him?
Hazrat Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani is the king of the saints because he was following the Sharia completely.
Exactly.
And he was a master of the Hanbali and the Shafi schools. And he was the topmost in his spiritual exercises and obedience to.
For how long he experienced for tasawwuf, like muraqaba, mujahida, mushahida, and other stuff? Did you have some information about that, and how he practiced Sufism in his private life, like a sir?
Hazrat Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani, he first left. He left when he was a boy. And he left, and he's promised his mother, I will not lie for any reason. And this was his first miracle, that bandits came and they asked him about money, and he didn't lie. He showed them exactly where his money was. And these were his first students. And after that, he did many mujahida for a period of 3 years. 1 year he didn't eat food.
Allahu Akbar.
And the next year he didn't have water. And the third year he didn't have food or water.
How people would believe that a person could live with proper health without having food, and especially like water? If you ignore water for 1 year, ignore food for 1 year, is it possible?